A tsunami warning along the entire Pacific coast led to people pulling their boats from the water at the Santa Cruz harbor last night. The warning was triggered by a massive 8.8 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Russia. That's the sixth largest quake ever recorded. Officials warned residents in the Santa Cruz area of the possibility of waves ranging from 2 to 5 feet. Dukes, whatever ended up happening with that?
Yeah, it did happen. I think Hawaii had the highest that I have seen. I think it was like 6 or 7 feet on the Big Island. Or Maui area, I think, was the worst there.
Yeah, that would be scary if you were in that area. Also, a heat advisory remained in effect for Greenville, Mississippi, because temps broke 100 degrees yesterday with a feels-like temp approaching 120. I'm not sure how it jumps 20 degrees there to the feels like.
Oh, corn sweat. Yeah, the corn sweat. It's actually a thing.
Really?
The humidity. You get those dew points around like
No.
80 degrees.
No, it's a thing. Makes it
well,
hotter.
We're not dealing with humidity finally for once. Nicer and cooler weather through the weekend. Make the outdoor plans now. We'll slowly warm it up next week, but still pretty seasonable. And then there are signs that we get back into a warmer, more humid pattern for the middle of the month. So it won't last all that long, but we will enjoy at least the next couple of days. It's going to be beautiful.
I'm looking up corn sweat.
See?
How have I never
I posted on my
heard that
Facebook
term?
and on our website. You can check it out.
Oh, very good.